gun violence in Toronto has exploded over the past 6 years. It's happened because our politicians 6 years ago effectively banned our police from doing street checks. And now other parts of the country look like they're about to make the same mistake, the most recent example being in Alberta. A street check is a fundamental tool of police intelligence gathering. What the police do is they interview people on the street who aren't charged with a crime to gather information about what's going on in the community. They record the information in the name of the person, and they put it into a central police database. So it's also known as carding. Now, carding works. In 2005, after a particularly violent year of gun violence that became known as the Summer of the Gun, Bill Blair, the then Toronto police chief, who's now Justin Trudeau's public safety minister, introduced a policy of enhanced street checks. Between 2005 and 2014, the number of shootings in Toronto dropped by 32%, and the number of people killed and injured in them dropped by 55%. But after carding was abandoned in 2014 because of allegations the practice was racist, the number of shootings in Toronto have gone up 178% from 2014 to 2019, and they've gone up, the people injured and killed, that number's gone up 178%. And this year, even with the pandemic, is the second worst year for shootings, the worst year being last year. Now, there were problems with carding or street checks. Some police officers abused the practice. And there was an informal quota system, which meant that black people, innocent black people, were being disproportionately stopped and questioned by police. But carding was never supposed to be abandoned. The then government of Kathleen Wynne, the former Liberal Premier of Ontario, was supposed to introduce a regulation that would protect the rights of people interviewed by the police and let the police do their job. But even the judge who reviewed that policy for the province said it was unworkable, and the policy fell into disuse. And so now we're reaping the whirlwind of runaway gun violence, and our politicians won't talk about it because they're scared if they do, they'll be accused of racism. So the only advice I have for people in the rest of Canada is don't make the mistake we made in Toronto. I'm Laurie Goldstein of the Toronto Sun. We're always interested in hearing your views, and please follow us on Facebook and our YouTube channel.